I'm saying is, what's the master plan then? You've been a big political advisor and consultant. Why is Soros funding riots against the police? Are they trying to get a class war going?
Yeah, they have a class war going. A class war and a racial war keep being initiated by the governments and by these crazy people. Again, you look at what's going on in this country. Look how many of these young kids are growing up with no parents, whacked out on drugs. There's no job futures. How about all those college students that graduate with what? 40, 50, 60, 70,000, $100,000 worth of debt, and they got a degree in art history? I mean, come on.
Let me ask you this question. The arrogance of government does roll downhill. And so I'm guessing, have you had police get in your face or be rude, and what do you say to them when they did?
What's that?
Have you had the police treat you like garbage, and what do you say when they did?
You know, I've had the police treat me in lousy ways, rolling through a stop sign and then being nasty about it. Happened over here about a year ago. Yeah, most of them, the local police, I have to tell you, in Kingston, they don't break anybody's chops because they have real problems in a couple of bad neighborhoods, and they concentrate on that, and they have a police chief and a mayor that really makes it that...
Well, that's what I'm getting at, Gerald, is the media is creating the perception that the police are out of control, and they certainly are at many levels, and the system lets them do it, but they're trying to create a bigger perception to blame everything on the police instead of the political elite. What I'm saying is we need to blame the political elite that set this up.
But again, you know, I mentioned about the local police. Then there's the state troopers. Man, I mean, you know, you can't go out and have a drink, you know, without them, you know, walk the line, do this, bend over, bow down. No, it's out of line.
Well, it didn't used to happen in America. It's definitely not freedom.
No.
Gerald Celente, I want to hit geopolitical issues with you straight ahead. I want to tell folks about your new Trends Journal. I've also got one of your journals from years ago where you predicted a bunch of this, and I wanted to read those quotes. Gerald Celente is our guest. You'll definitely want to stay with us for the conclusion of the transmission. TrendsResearch.com. Go there, get the Trends Research Journal.
Attention out.
One reason we're seeing the tyranny expand so fast is that people are waking up. There's a lot of good news happening every day as well. Monsanto hit with fine for genetically contaminating wheat supply. Monsanto chief admits hubris is to blame for public fears over GM. No, we've read the studies. Robots to replace half of jobs over the next 20 years. Apple's Wozniak warns that AI is being designed to basically take over. Now algorithms are deciding whom to hire based on voice. Why are the elites trying to build a world that isn't based on humans? I mean, I know they believe they're going to merge with machines and be gods. It just sounds like more delusional craziness out of the elites. Where do you, in the long term, see humanity going? Do you have a good prognosis, Gerald Celente?
Well, if it keeps going in the direction it is, there's no question about it. You know, we're dumbing down at great levels. You know, artificial intelligence, right? Yeah, artificial intelligence is as great as artificial flavors or artificial coloring and artificial food. And that's where it's going.
Gerald, looking at the entire planet right now, what do you think the next big hotspot is?
Well, I believe it's going to be the Middle East and Ukraine. You saw Congress came out recently and voted a resolution, what was it, about 300-something. Hello?
Yes, Gerald, can you hear us talking?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you just paused and you're saying hello. Are you hearing any audio come across?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, good. You're just pausing when I'm letting you talk, and so I'm just wondering, are you hearing anything?
Yeah, I hear you fine. The hot spots, Alex, I believe are going to be Ukraine and the Middle East. We just saw a resolution passed in Congress to arm Ukraine, Western Ukraine, Kiev, with lethal weapons. Great. That'll make things really nice.
Well, Gerald, what can we do from your historical research to try to stop this?
We need a new third party, as I see it. It just can't go on like this. I don't care who's going to lead either party. They're too corrupt. They're too in bed with the special interests. Let's stop calling it the House of Representatives. The only ones they represent are the people that give them money. And the people that give them the most money are the drug companies, the communications industry, the military, industrial, and cyber industrial complex.
What about voting with our dollars? You always talk about creating local communities, farmers markets, supporting local shops. Isn't the model of us wrecking the globalist Monsanto and McDonald's, profits plunging, isn't voting with our dollars really the best revolutionary thing we've got right now?
Right now it is, but it's at a smaller level, and it's going to take a lot of time. It has to start from the community. But Alex, we're going into the 2016 elections, and it's going to be one party or another. And as you're looking at it now, it's not even a two-party system. It's a two-family system. I mean, you know how many times I'm sick of hearing about Jeb Bush or Hillary Clinton?
What a joke.
What a joke.
That shows how out of touch the political class is to think that we would support either one of those people.
Exactly. And they're being shoved down our throat. Could you look at the dignity of the White House, how low it has sunk? Could you imagine Dwight D. Eisenhower yucking it up with this Kimmel character or another one?
It's all a complete joke. All they give us is hype instead of a prosperity. We're going to end the main transmission, but do some overdrive with Gerald Celente, Infowars.com/show. God bless you all. Great job, crew.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
I'm going to be in California at CalJam, and I think almost all the tickets are sold out, but you can still sign up to watch it on streams at caljam.com. There's links on Infowars.com, but I'd like to just hear on air when David Knight's sitting in doing a fabulous job Friday, Sunday, or Monday. I'll be calling in as well and probably doing some Skype reports, so I'll be on the show some as well, at least Sunday and Monday. But I'd like to invite Gerald on about trends and his new trends research, if he can do it Friday or a Monday. But we'll see. Just so much to talk about with Gerald Celente. We should also have him back on, just open the phones up so you can call in with your wild card points. Gerald, I've been asking most of the questions myself, but the criminality is accelerating. I think the establishment is just desperate and doesn't know what to do. I don't see it working, but I see CENTCOM and others, declaring war on Russia this week, saying we're now in a war with Russia and sending in, brigades of armor and announcing that they're in cyber war with them. Even during the Cold War and in the Cuban Missile Crisis, there wasn't rhetoric like this. I mean, I really see behavior out of elites that shows that they really are. Used to, we at least had generals and presidents that had been in heavy combat, like JFK or Dwight D. Eisenhower. They weren't perfect, but, they understood that they weren't bulletproof. I just think the white shoe boys you talk about are so insulated. They think they're, what doesn't stink. And I see historically the type of chutzpah that destroys civilizations. I don't know if we're going to make it because of these people, Gerald.
Well, again, that's what I was saying. We need a new way. Well, look at the people. Who are we talking about? Let's put faces and names together. Lloyd Blank Fine. How about blank face? Pelosi, not so Feinstein, McConnell, Reid, little Lindsey Graham. How can any self-respecting person look up to these people? Obama, one lie. Hey, great job. Hey, remember that speech you gave about our strategic alliances with Yemen and how our security and intelligence are doing so great? Yeah, happy days in Yemen. Oh, you forget this one? We're going to be out of there by Afghanistan before you know it. Oh, they're changing the tune. Look at the people. You want some arrogance? Hey, how about Hillary Clinton? Hey, bring back Dick Cheney. Let's hear a liar again. Put him out on the media. Look at this guy, this General Scales. Yeah, rotted fish scales that is saying on Fox that we need to kill some more Russians over there in Ukraine and send them over in body bags so that Putin will get the message. Why put a nut like this on
No president
television?
ever talked like that. That is literal thug gangster talk. That's what I mean. These people are crazy.
They're crazy. And no one wants to call them what they are. Instead, they call them congressman, senator, and president.
Well, I mean, no one. Imagine Ronald Reagan saying, we need to send a bunch of dead Russians over there. That'll teach them. That would start a nuclear war. And the Russians aren't perfect, but I mean, they are freaking out, getting ready for war. They're scared. Putin stays in a bunker most of the time. I mean, this is dangerous, folks.
Everyone that has followed the Ukraine crisis from the beginning knows who started it. Victoria Nuland, the Assistant Secretary of State.
But she's a feminist, so it's okay. If she destroys the planet, it's okay.
That's different, of course. If only the women were in charge. Yeah, like that Samantha Powers and Susan Rice and Hillary Clinton that started the Libyan war. Oh, yeah, peace on earth. Oh, and what's her name's over there? Samantha Powers? She's over there in Brussels 2 weeks ago saying that NATO's not putting enough money into defense. So when you look who started the Ukraine war, whether you like Yanukovych or not, the United States engineered the overthrow of a democratically elected government and installed a puppet Poroshenko. You look what's going on.
Oh, we've totally lost the moral high ground. We've got to remove the criminals. Gerald Celente, Trends Research, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Look forward to speaking to Gerald Celente very, very soon.
Thanks, Alex.